Hey, Jeremy. Welcome back to Des Moines. First of all, I mean, what's kind of the reaction and feeling for you coming back to your hometown and your first fight back in the UFC?
It's hard to put into words. Good morning, by the way. It's hard to put into words like what this really is. I've been saying it for a while now. Delusions to reality. I always had a dream, a big picture in my head, coming here fighting. Everybody that's here, you guys are in for a fucking treat. Let me tell you that, because Des Moines is nuts. It's a lot more. It's gonna be a lot more crazier than Casey. I can't wait for you guys to see it on the big screen, live production. But this moment, I made it happen myself. I had to fight bare knuckle. Left for dead. Went through some dark, dark times. The pain made me. The struggle to be here now. It's amazing. I'm super grateful. I'm taking it all in, and every day I just wake up gives me chills about what this moment really is right now.
Can you take me to, I guess, the decision to come back to the UFC? What kind of went into that process? Because obviously you mentioned you were, boxing in bare knuckle and whatnot. Kind of walk me through that period of time where you're in talks and coming back to the UFC.
Yeah, I was snapping bras and breaking jaws, and then my wife was like, "Hey, you should hit up Dana." And I was like, nah, I'm kind of an older guy. They want these young guys. I was just kind of like in my nerd thoughts. Everybody kind of goes there, right? Like, I don't know if I deserve this or what that really is. But my wife, God bless her, she was just really on me like, dude, hit him up, hit him up. And I was on my way actually back here to Des Moines. And before I even got to the airport, I was like, hey, write me up a little message. I'm going to shoot him over a message because I think I lost his number. I got like an old number of his. We stayed in contact over the years, and she wrote me a message, and I sent it to him on Instagram. And I came back here to Des Moines. I come here to see my mom, fill up my cup of family. That way I can go back home and just get back to business. And all week I'd been around. I was taking my grandma out to eat, visiting people, and just the fans around here. It's my hometown. Everybody recognizing me. They're like, man, they announced that card. You should be on that, And I was like, yeah, I sent Uncle Dana a message. I haven't heard from him. Hopefully something pops up. And the day that I left on Sunday morning, I woke up 4:30 in the morning, and I got a message from him 1, 2 in the morning. You know how Dana is. He's up. Maybe he's throwing $5,000 on black. You know what I'm saying? So he sent me that message. Was like, hey man, I've been trying to get a hold of you. Great fight, dude. I'm gonna have Hunter reach out to you. I go to the airport. My flight gets delayed. I was supposed to go to Denver to San Diego, and I end up going to Vegas. So my delusions start kind of kicking in. Yo, I'm gonna be in the big boy office tonight. I landed in Vegas, and I got on the phone with Hunter Campbell once I deboarded that plane, and he's like, "Hey, just go home." We had a really good talk. He's like, "Go home, send me some names, what you're thinking." And I shot big, Connor, Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway for the BMF belt. Considering he just got knocked out, I'm thinking real big. I'm gonna shoot my shot. And they gave me the opponent, and he calls me up later, and he's like, "Man, congratulations. I'm going to announce it as soon as we get off the phone." And, I told my wife, I gave her a big hug. I was almost in tears, because, I know I made it happen with my work, but if it wasn't for my wife, I wouldn't be sitting here right here today.
What about Mason kind of get you excited to kind of come into Des Moines and try to get a win like that? Obviously, Mason has his own skill set and whatnot. What about him get you up? Is going to get you up on Saturday night to kind of try to get the job done?
Well, I want to put him in the fucking morgue, bring this pain to purpose. I got goals. I got delusions. This is just a little gas stop for the ultimate goal, the dreams. It's just an opponent, just like anybody else, So that's all I need. Just an opponent, just a name, so I can put a fucking toe tag on him when I whoop his ass, to do it here in your hometown. That's all I needed, bro, to get back here in the UFC where, I fucking built this shit. You guys sitting here today in the media, it comes off my blood, my sweat, my tears, my hard work. 34 fights in the company, fighting nothing but killers, to losses, to turning me into a fucking boss, to going into boxing, to have to crawl, fight back in bare knuckle. I've broken 3 men in bare knuckle and broke a motherfucker's jaw in his hometown. So, I feel like bringing all that to get this opportunity to be here in Des Moines, Iowa, it was, I'm glad I stayed to the course, that I trusted God, that I never broke character, even in my down times when I've been fucking dead broke, left, counted out. They didn't even let me in the UFC PI one time. I tried to go there and they didn't let me in. So I carry all that, bro. I don't forget that shit. I have like a little chip on my shoulder and something to prove. And you know what's different is I really know what I want, and I've been going after it with intentions, including my train. I don't just train habitually. I train intentionally, and you know I made this moment happen.
Did you always have that fighter mentality, even growing up in Des Moines during those early years?
Yeah, bro. I was never a silver spoon kid, bro. I was born on a broken home and fist and pain. That's really made me, bro. You know, there's not a lot of people that are born, bred, and built for this, and that's actually truly me. I don't ever have to break character. The way that I talk shit, you know, I don't break character. That's authentically me, you know. So to be here, I always telling people, if you throw a dart in the middle of the U.S. and you want to land on the bullseye, that's Des Moines, Iowa, the heart that pumps this nation. These guys, they deserve it, and this is for them. I made this happen for them. I wanted to be here. This was a huge dream for me to come here and fight, but, you know, I'm super focused. You know, everywhere I go 5-1-5. You know, whether that's Brazil, knocking motherfuckers out over there, or wherever. You know, it's always my hometown is the way I think about it. But just the fact that it actually really is, I can't wait because, you know, I had to walk through the fire in Philly. You know, people, fuck you, Stephens. Fuck you, Stephens. I love that shit, bro. Bring that, you know. I keep that same attitude. Even when I'm here, bro, I still just picture that fucking darkness, that pain. And, you know, now the table's turned, and, you know, now I get everybody in Des Moines, you know, behind my back, you know, so let's go.
What did you take away from your time outside of the UFC? Obviously, bare knuckle is a whole different game in itself, but what did you kind of take away from that time to kind of, I guess, get you going this time around?
Man, what have I taken away? Man, I could be here a lot from what I've taken away, but I'll just tell you, you know, like it's not easy. It wasn't easy. It's been hard, bro. It's damn near broken me. You know, I thought about giving up. Like, fuck, man, I got one of the nastiest highlights in the game. Highlight tapes, multiple different knockouts, by the way, not just a right hand. I got right hand, spinning back fist, flying knees, bloody, ground and pound. You know, I could have just hung it up. But I never gave up, you know, and that's what Des Moines is all about, bro. Never giving up, true hard work. You know, I really rededicated myself, and I've been doing a lot of inner work with my mindset and things outside just to kind of keep me going with, like, life outside of UFC, things that are, you know, that I had to really dig up in my past, heal from. And not only have, like, I've been aware, not only have I healed, and now I feel like I'm on the third part, which is, like, I'm regenerating patterns in my life, breaking generational curses and doing things that, you know, shit, I'm proud of me. Let's just say that. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of the man that I was during those hard times. I'm proud of the man that I am today, sitting here right here talking to you.
This is my last question for you. How would you just describe the skill set that Mason has?
I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm worried about me being the most vicious, ferocious, malicious fighter. I don't care about the opponent. I'm focused on my task, my job, and what I got to do to go in there and put a motherfucker in a body bag, put him in the morgue, you know, and do what I do.
Hey, Jeremy, over here. You trained with Josh Neer and the guys at the Militich Fighting Systems earlier in your career. Those guys are all gone. Robbie Lawler, Rich Franklin, Tim Sylvia, you know, no longer compete. You're the last one still standing. How does that feel for you to be the only guy left in the first card in Iowa in the last 25 years?
Yeah, that's so funny you mentioned that, bro. You ever seen The Sandlot in the picture? Everybody starts fading away, and there's only one, the chosen one. Everybody gave up on him, doubted, counted out. They threw me down in the well. You know, you ever seen the movie The Ring? They put the cement lid, and they're down in the well, and the girl comes crawling out. That's what I had to do, man. So this feels fucking good.
And then you threw out the first pitch, either it was yesterday or sometime this week for the Iowa Cubs game. What was that experience like?
That was amazing. Started kind of hitting me there. You know, I've been down in this focus a little bit more and more, but yesterday I had some friends and family that just came to support, come give me a big hug, and to throw out the pitch. Maybe a lot of people don't know, but I wanted to be a baseball player, professional baseball. So to, you know, I've done it in San Diego at the Padres. You know, we're big Padres fans. But to come here in Des Moines, Iowa, to have my family come give me hugs and embrace me, having good conversations. Even my grandfather, Heathen, he was there, and to go and get that ball across the plate, you know, it's a dream come true. This is amazing. It's an amazing time in life for me right now. I'm super blessed, super happy. And this is years and years in the making, inner work, hard work. You know, my coaches, my team, my friends over there that you see, you know, this is many, many, many years of hard work and just dedication. And this is for them as well, just as much as it is for me.
And then what's your mentality on this run? You're facing, you know, a newcomer in Mason Jones. And with a win here, are you trying to stick around and go on another push towards, you know, a title or a ranking yourself?
In Iowa, we buck hunt, you know, and I got slugs for fucking lead, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, I put another legend mounted on my wall, is what I said after I beat up Eddie, you know, and broke him there. And then this is just a young buck I'm going to take down and mount him on my fucking wall, and then it's on to the next, baby.
Thanks, Jeremy. Good luck.
Thank you. Enjoy the show. You guys are in for a treat.